Good afternoon, students. This is Mr. Pena. I hope you're all doing well. Today you get a special video on Earth Day. As you can see, I'm here in the garden today. And since today is Earth Day, me and Mr. Howell wanted to read you guys a story about Earth Day and give you a little bit of history about Earth Day as well. So the very first Earth Day was 50 years ago in 1970. And real quick, Mr. Howell is going to tell you how it was when he was a kid.
Mr. Pena, when I was a little boy, I was born in 1961, and so in 1970, I was 9 years of age. And we would go to a local park to swim in the summertime. And uh, the park was named Ganesha Park in Pomona, California. And when you would swim and you looked at the sky was not blue because there was a lot of smog and toxins in the air. The sky was kind of an orangish yellow color. And when you would swim, you would have these deep intakes of breath, but you'd also be ingesting smog. So by the end of the day when you went swimming, when you had to walk home or your parents picked you up, you would really have a difficult time breathing. But thanks to us considering the earth and our lives in a different way, you can go swimming. Most of you probably don't know what it's like to be in so much smog that it's hard for you to breathe. But because of Earth Day, things have gotten better.
Thank you, Mr. Howell, for that wonderful story of your youth. Like I was saying, students, in 1970 was the very first Earth Day. And the way that Earth Day came about was in the years leading up to 1970, there had been a lot of changes in the way Americans go about their daily lives. The use of automobiles had become more prevalent. And so the use of gas to run these automobiles, we were using it at a higher rate. The problem was the gas that we were using was leaded gas. The gas that's used today is unleaded gas. And what that lead gas was doing to our environment is creating smog, making unhealthy air for us to breathe. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that some days it looks like it might be cloudy out, but it's smog that's out there, and it's hard to see far. Or sometimes if it's really heavy, you can't see too far in the distance. If you ever notice, so after it rains, a lot of that smog gets pushed out of the way, and the skies are really clear. Like today, we have a very clear day. We've had great weather. We don't have as many cars out because of the stay-at-home order. But and also the unleaded gas that we're using is helping us to keep our skies a little more clear. So there is a senator from Wisconsin who started noticing that this air pollution was getting a little bit heavier. Also, scientists were doing more research on the effects of how these gases would affect our body, because a lot of times when we're progressing as a community or as a nation, we focus on just the changes that we're making and that progress we're making, but we don't notice the effects that it's having to us. So luckily for us, we have really smart scientists in our country who were able to understand that these changes that we're making may not be healthy for us. So we have to come to an understanding of where we could still have this progress and make changes for our community, but at the same time keep us safe. So like I said, in 1970, he established the first Earth Day. And what it was to bring awareness to our world and how we could co-live together with our environment. By the 1990, Earth Day became a global event, so not just the United States. So about 20 years in, it became a global event, and as of today, there's over 190 countries that participate in Earth Day. Hope you guys enjoy the story. Stay safe and have a wonderful day.
Good morning, good afternoon. I'm out in the garden at Palms Elementary, and we are celebrating today Earth Day. We want to thank Mr. Pena for that introduction and as to the history of Earth Day, and we want to make sure that we make our Earth a better place. The book that I'm going to read to you today is entitled The Peace Book, and it's a book written by Todd Parr. Todd Parr. The name of it again is, you can see it, The Peace Book. Peace is making new friends. During this time, some of us are getting more acquainted with our old friends, our brothers and sisters that we haven't seen under these circumstances. Sometimes peace is just making a new friend. Peace is keeping the water blue for all the fish. Peace is listening to different kinds of music. We really want to make sure that we take care of our water. We are mostly water, and water is essential for our survival. Let's listen to different music and appreciate different people. Peace is saying, I'm sorry. Saying you're sorry when you've done something wrong is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and connection to each other. Peace is helping your neighbor. If you have a neighbor that maybe is a senior or that has a difficult time getting out of the house, maybe your family can help that family. Peace is being a good neighbor. Peace is reading all different kinds of books to inform our mind as to how other people live. Peace is thinking about those certain someones that you love. Think about the people you love. What can you do to make their day better? Peace is thinking about people that you love. Peace is giving shoes to someone who needs them. Our friend the caterpillar has lots of shoes or lots of feet, so he might need an extra pair if you have one. Peace is planting a tree. Peace is sharing a meal. I'm in the Palms garden, which was started by Mrs. Trocino and helped by Miss Endo, a teacher that is no longer working at Palms, but she still is dedicated, and she comes back with Mrs. Endo, whose daughter is graduated from high school. The garden was also manicured by Manny, our custodian, and Todd, all working together, planning and growing. Peace is wearing different types of clothes. Peace is watching it snow. Unfortunately, in Southern California, you might not get many opportunities to see it snow unless you go up to Big Bear or some other area like that. Peace is keeping the streets clean. Peace is offering a friend a hug. But let's not hug right now. Let's wait till we clear this distancing time, and we'll give hugs a little later. Peace is everyone having a home. And if you know of someone who doesn't have and your parents want to give them some help, encourage. But let's make sure that we do everything in a safe way during these times. Raise your hand if you're grateful that you have a place to call home. Peace is growing a garden, and that's where we are. Peace is taking a nap. How many of you have taken more naps than you've ever taken before in your life in these last days of distancing from each other? I know I have. I am well rested. Peace is learning another language. Hola. Peace is having enough pizza in the world for everyone. Because in this world, everyone needs to eat. Peace is keeping someone warm. Thanks to our mothers and our fathers, our grandparents, our aunts and our uncles for making sure that you have a place that's warm so that you can be comfortable. Peace is a new baby being born. Raise your hand if in your household you have a new baby. Peace is being free. Let's continue to respect each other's freedom. Let's continue to be respectful and responsible. And let's keep things safe so that when we get back to our regular life, that we'll have a story to tell of how we maintained our peace under a very difficult time. Peace is traveling to different places. Peace is wishing on a star. The little boy here, how many of you have been looking out the window a lot more than you have in the past? I know I have. It won't last forever. Peace is being who you are. And this picture that I'm going to show you, everyone is different, but we're all pretty much the same. Where do you find yourself on here? I don't see myself. I might be this guy right here, except for I don't have any hair on the top. As you can see, it's vacant up there. Peace is being different, feeling good about yourself, and helping others. The world is a better place because of you and because we want peace for all. Love, Todd, the author of this book. Have a good rest of the day. Peace be to you.
Hi guys, I think you remember me, Mr. Manny. I miss all you guys. I have a bunch of candies I want to give it away, so I need you guys back here soon. And also, I've been taking care of the garden for you guys. You see the sunflowers behind me? So I miss you guys and hope we can see you soon. All right, bye. Just beat it. Beat it.